Updates to Visual Studio, Visual Studio Code, Intelligent Terminal, .Net, Windows App CLI, and GitHub. All of this in this XXL episode of Developer News for the calendar weeks 33 and 34. Intelligent Terminal, the Windows Terminal fork focused on AI, released version 0.2, which comes with support for local models. In the new Bring Your Own Model section, you can click Add New and can add your base URL and the model ID. It supports all Llama and OpenAI API endpoints. There are also new / commands in the agent pane. /agent allows you to select the agent for the current tab. /move allows for moving the window, and /sessions allows for browsing your sessions. With Alt+V, you can now paste an image into the agent pane. There are a lot of other changes that you can check out in the full changelog, which is linked in the description. .NET 11 Preview 7 is here and fully packed with new functions and features. There are 3 new IEEE 754 2019 decimal floating point types: decimal 42, decimal 64, and decimal 128, with the different precisions. All number types have new try-parse partial functions that work like try-parse, but that can only parse until the first character that no longer can be parsed. Complex numbers now have a new generic type that allows you to specify the number type of the two parts of the complex number. Zip archive APIs now allow for reading and writing password-protected zip entries, closing another gap to gain full functionality. The start suspended property of process start info now also works on macOS. More new functions and library changes can be seen in the changelog. C# gains support for labeled break and continue statements. This means you can add a label before a loop or a switch statement and then specifically execute continue or break in the specified loop. Windows Forms has a new .NET 11 rendering pipeline. Setting the style to Visual Styles mode, .NET 11 brings some new styles, like taking the Windows accent color into account for the flat style values. And now onto GitHub. If you are an OAuth apps developer on GitHub, you can now define multiple redirect URIs that also support wildcards. Furthermore, there is a new offline_access scope that makes tokens expire after 8 hours. You can also activate these behaviors for all tokens in the app settings. You can now convert branch protection rules to repository rule sets via a new button which is placed on the right of a rule. Issue views in repositories can now be pinned to the left sidebar, and in the user issues view you can activate a compact view to see more issues at once. Visual Studio 18.9 comes with an improved model picker. Under Manage Models you can view different information and pin models to the list. There is a new multi-file summary diff view that allows for looking at all the changed files in some sort of accordion view. Furthermore, there is finally Git submodule support with integrated support for adding, updating, and deleting submodules. Then a second Git feature many people wanted is support for Git work trees. You can manage, create, and delete them now in the branches view. Visual Studio Code 1.133 comes with a new functionality that allows you to auto-reload the preview of HTML files in the browser. You can toggle this by clicking on the arrow on the right of the refresh icon and click on refresh automatically. In the Copilot chat window, the current prompt is now sticked to the top when scrolling, so you can always see your current command. Visual Studio Code 1.134 comes with the ability to put chat windows into a grid layout, sticking them side by side or on top of each other. Furthermore, you can now search in the chat with Ctrl and F. There is a new shortcut. If you click on a tab with the Alt key pressed, it closes all the other tabs. The Windows App CLI release 0.6 allows for creating new WinUI free apps from scratch. This uses the same mechanism as using the .NET new templates. The command is WinAppNew. With --template you can specify the template you want to use. WinAppRun can now be pointed to a CSproj or solution file to run the specified app. The new WinApp AC -sign command allows code signing in XMSIX or MSIX bundle file using Azure Trusted Signing. And that's all it for these 2 weeks. Leave a like if you liked the video, subscribe so you don't miss next week's episode, and goodbye.